Hi, beautiful friends. Laurel here with Illuminating Souls. Okay. I just needed to take a deep breath in. Whew. It's just so interesting. As soon as I hit the record button, this beautiful wave of loving energy joined us here. So I don't know if you can feel it. I know some of you feel energy. So before I start talking, let me just share this lovely, loving, light-filled energy with you from the angels. So I'm here to talk to you about a new class that I am launching. It's something that I've offered before, I think probably about a year and a half before, and I feel like it's time again. And before I share with you what the class is, I kind of feel like I want to share with you why I'm offering it. So there's some classes that I offer where I teach you something that I have learned or that I know. My podcasting class would be an example of that. I learned how to do a podcast and I will teach you. Other classes, I invite you to go on a journey with me. And it's not that I'm necessarily going to be the one with all the answers, but we're going to go on a journey together because I feel compelled to take this journey. And I find that many of the journeys I am guided to embark upon somehow become much more beautiful and powerful when I invite others to join me on this journey. And this is one of those. This is a class that I will be facilitating because it is a class that I am really craving. I need this class and maybe you do too. So now I will share with you what this class is. It is a class called Blessed Embodiment. So guess what? We have bodies. I have a body and you have a body, and I know this is probably the most obvious thing you will hear all day. Like, what are you talking about? Of course we have bodies. Listen, I know that. I get that. We're in physical world reality, and having one of these is necessary for being embodied on the planet. But I also acknowledge that many of us, myself included, struggle with having a body. You would think having a body would be the most natural thing that we experience because we all have one. We have to. And yet these bodies are confusing. They don't act the way we want them to act sometimes. My body is different than your body. Our bodies provide us with a whole lot of life curriculum, wanted and unwanted. Now, some people come to having a body very naturally. You probably know people like this, right? Maybe they're athletic and they love being in physical world and having a body to them is easy. And for some of us, it's hard. I know that I have struggled with having this body. And listen, I have grown to love my body because it allows me to be here. And we have come through a long, long cycle of healing over the years. But as life goes on, bodies change. My body is changing. And some of the things that my body is going through, I am struggling with. And I'm not trying to make this into my super sad story about my body. It's not how I'm holding it in consciousness, but there are things transpiring with my body that I don't know that I have taken the time to attune to find my way forward. A lot of my old stories are up about what is happening in my body. I'm wanting to sort of approach it in the same old way, and yet that doesn't really resonate. And so I'm feeling guided to come into 6 weeks of love with the angels to explore where I am right now with my body. And perhaps you would like to join me and explore where you are with your body right now. I'll give you some examples of what I'm experiencing. One is, for as long as I can remember in the past few years, I am perpetually tired, which is fine. I've learned to navigate it, and I don't mean to make it sound like it's the kind of tired people with chronic illness get. It's just more how I metabolize life and the world, and I find that my body's needing even more rest. than it did before? And how do I feel about that? And is it possible that there are some loving interventions that I can bring forward in my body so that I have more sustained energy during the day? And I'm not asking for advice. Please don't advice give here because that's not why I'm making this video. Listen, I'm glad we live in a world of medical practitioners and functional medicine people and wonderful herbs and supplements and the thing is it can be maddening to hear all of the advice and rules and ideas and to me one of the things that is so sacred about what we're going to be doing in blessed embodiment is it's time to come into the quiet so that each of us can attune to the wisdom that is flowing through for us. So this place where I feel tired more often than not, I'm not looking for advice. I'm sure there are things out there that will help me. But what I need right now, what I'm craving is to be able to come into sacred contemplation, to be with the angels, my soul self, the wisdom of my body, to attune to what is expressing through me right now. Another thing that I'm experiencing, I'm going to be completely transparent, even though I'll have a vulnerability hangover, as Brene Brown calls them, but I'll share it with you so that you know part of what is driving me to do this class. So as many of you know, I had bariatric surgery back in July of 2020. It has been wonderful, and I love my surgery. It has helped me so, so much. And a huge part of what happens to many people who have bariatric surgery is typically in the 2 to 3 year window, there is some regain. And that's where I am right now. I'm in that part of the journey and it is triggering me. It has me panicked. It has all my stuff up. And I know so many different ways to navigate this. I am not lacking for information. But rather than being in the overwhelm of the experience, I am guided to come into 6 weeks of love and connectivity with the angels and the wisdom that is available to me so that I can come into alignment and discern my path forward. I don't know what it's going to be. Again, not looking for advice. My best friend is Google. I can find a wealth of information to help me. But what I find is these kinds of experiences, it's a little bit like a needle in a haystack because where there might be 50,000 suggestions for me and for you, maybe there are only a handful of suggestions that vibrationally will align with me, where I am right now, how I am feeling, the resources that I have, and the situation that I am in. So blessed embodiment is going to be 6 weeks of coming into the light. Josephus and the Wisdom Council and the angels will be with us. And these bodies we're in, even if they're not behaving the way we want them to, they are still filled with so much wisdom and light. So some of the themes that we're going to be exploring, I'm just looking over my notes, if you see my eyes shift, is angelic support. To me, everything I do with Illuminating Souls begins here. Let's call in the angels. Let's see what kind of divine grace is available to us. I don't know about you, but I am willing to call in mountains and oceans of divine grace. Make this as easy as possible. I'm here for the ease, for sure. We're also going to be conversing with our body's wisdom. Believe it or not, even if they're not behaving exactly the way we want them to, our bodies are filled with so much wisdom and light. And we're going to connect with that. We're also going to be updating our narratives about our bodies. We hold narratives about every aspect of life. And we're going to be exploring, how are you relating to your body right now? What is the story you are telling and living and projecting about your body? And can we update this in a way that'll better serve you? We're also going to be looking at ways to engage with positive body experiences. it can come in super easy ways. For instance, one of the ways that I sometimes connect with this is a simple thing that you likely, God willing, do on a semi-regular basis, which is when I put clean sheets on the bed. Like for me, there is just something so delicious about clean sheet day. And when I'm engaged in this kind of process of reconnecting with my body, clean sheet day gets extra points. It's like, yes, I am in beautiful clean sheets and all the bedding is just so and so it can be something like dancing to music that you love or clean sheets on your bed or a wonderfully hot shower at the end of the day or whatever that is for you. And there's going to be more, and I will be really honest with you. I'm not sure of everything we're going to be doing together because I am going to be attuning and channeling and co-creating our curriculum with the angels as we go through this process. So this is where I am. I'm in a place where I'm feeling like I need to, I crave to, I choose to recenter with my body and come into a deeper place of love and co-creation and cooperation with my beautiful body. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. And I invite you to join me on this journey because maybe you're in a place where your body is shifting and changing, where maybe you could use some extra angelic assistance and some time to attune to what is calling to you. Because these body temples, they're important. They let us be here so we can love each other. So I love you very much. It would be awesome to have you join me for this because I don't want to do it alone. I really believe wherever two or more are gathered in God's name, miracles happen. And I would love for you to join me on this journey as we come into the healing, loving sanctuary with the angels and our beautiful bodies and each other over Zoom. And let's see what's going to happen. I love you very much. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll talk again soon. Love you. Thank you.